Hello everyone, this is Grace of gbmaltese, and as you can see I have a little stack of finished items in front of me. I have a compact mirror, I have a bookmark, I have a little wristlet or wallet, I have 3 notebooks, here's the last one. My video today is going to be on how I'm going to seal these. I'm going to try 3 different sealants and see which one I like best, and then I hope you can determine which you like best. I'm going to start out with triple thick. I really like this on keychains. I am going to also use Liquitex high gloss varnish. I have not tried this. And I'm also going to use a UV resin, and this one is soft. I have not tried the soft before, so we're going to see how these work out. Let's get started. Okay, I thought I'd start with this one first, and I'm going to use triple thick on this one. I'm using an acrylic brush. Just use something that is not natural fibers, and I'm going to just take it. You do not want to overwork this. You just want to put it on, and I'm just going to pour a little bit in there. Excuse me. Put a little bit on there and just put it down very quickly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait. It says to wait 3. No, it just says to put more than 1 coat. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that off screen. You don't need to see me putting on several coats of triple thick. I'm just going to go ahead and go all the way out because it's going to have a nice gloss. We're going to see how it looks. I'm kind of anxious to see how it is going to do on the cover part. If it's going to make it stiff or if it's still going to be a little bit pliable. Just don't want to go over and over this. Let me get some of this spread out. Says it can make it kind of cloudy looking if you just keep working it over and over. Just put it on quickly. I'm just trying to spread it a little bit. Almost done with this one. I do have a glass of water here to just stick my brush in. Put a thin layer. It says start with a thin coat, and then you can go back and put some extra thin coats on there, and that's what I'm going to do. And as I said, I'll do that off camera and let it dry completely. Probably let it dry 24 hours and see how it looks. So that's that one. Let me get my next one ready to do. Okay, I'm going to do the one with my butterflies next, and I'm going to use this Liquitex high gloss varnish. This is very thin like water. I've never tried this before, so it's coming out very thin. It does say to not overwork it. Again, thin coat. I rinsed my brush with water, and it said to wait 3 hours before applying another coat. So I will do that off camera and show these to you when everything is dry. Probably got more than I needed, I do believe. We shall see. It's nice and very easy to apply. It says it goes on cloudy but will dry clear. Now none of these 2 that I'm using have no smell. I did actually buy some polyurethane that I was going to use, and I was reading on the label on the can to use a mask and to do all these other things and not let your pets or anything else smell the odors. So I decided no, I am not going to try that unless I'm able to work on it outside. Now what I'm going to do, as you can see, is I took a paper towel and I'm going to wipe some of that extra off. I just got way too much for that first coat. So this is my first time using this, so we'll see how that does. Very thin. I think that that is good enough. That was nice and quick. So let me get my next piece ready to go. The next one I'm going to coat is this wristlet, and as you can see, it's very soft. So what I'm going to use is this UV resin, and it's soft, and I have a UV nail dryer here. That I have a 48-watt one, and what you do is you cover this. I use silicone brushes, and I do have some in different sizes. I have these different things linked in my Amazon store below. It is an affiliate link. I make a few pennies if you purchase through that link. If you don't want to purchase through that link, that's fine. It's just easier for me to put everything in one place. So I'm going to use this UV resin. This is the soft. You do need to make sure you look for soft, and I do have this one listed. I have soft and I had hard. I used the hard ones on the other type pieces. So I'm going to put some of this on here, and it comes out thicker than the other things did. And I'm just going to spread it around over here. The resin does have a smell to it. It's not just, I guess, breathtaking like maybe gasoline or something, but I do have a window open, and I also have my ceiling fan on, just to be on the safe side. I always try to do things safe. When I use epoxy resin, I am going to be purchasing a respirator, because that does smell much more than this UV does. Now with this UV resin, if you don't have a nail dryer, you can put it in the sun, and you can actually put it in the sun on the windowsill. If you have sun coming in through it, you can do that. Now this is going to be ready in just a few seconds. I'm just going to put this on here. Then I will be putting it underneath. I'll be putting it into my little lamp, and we're going to see how it comes out right away. I will also show it to you again when I show you the other ones, to see if it's had any change since I did it before, from one day to the next, to see if it got any thicker or if anything else changed. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side and get a smaller one of my brushes to do this smaller area. I'm using a smaller silicone, because the silicone, you just wipe it off. There is no worries about it getting stuck. Okay, I have plenty on here. I'm just going to pick some up from there and do it here. I'm going to see how this comes out with this kind of material. Is it going to need to be, is it going to keep it soft? Is it going to change the way it feels? I don't know. I'm doing this right along with you, and we're going to see what happens, because I do not know. But I used the hard resin on my pencil case. I did a video on that, and it's great. I'll show it to you while I put this one into my light to harden. What you do is you put it in the light to harden that UV, the UV resin, and you don't have to worry about anything moving once that is on there. I'm going to kind of go around these outside edges. Just want to get it covered good. The main thing I worry about on these are these little drills falling off, because it's not going to look as pretty without them on there. I'm going to add a little, just a teensy bit on my brush here. Kind of do these outside well, right here alongside this. I want to get these outer beads here. Don't want to, try not to skip anything. A little bit here. It's clear, so it's really hard to tell. But, and these bottles of resin, I think this one was about $22. It doesn't take a whole lot to do this, but the reason I'm doing different ones, some of you might have not be able to use UV resin, and you want to try something different. So I'm all about trying different things, and I'm trying to get this as quickly as I can. I think that's probably good enough. What I will do is I'm going to take my little nail thing. I'm going to put this in there. Well, it already turned on. Evidently it thinks it's a hand, so it's in there, and we'll see how that works out. While that's in there, let me show you. This is the box that I did with the hard resin, and as you can see, I can rub it and pull this open and close. They're on there very well. Same thing with this keychain. If things are hard like this, I'm going to use the hard UV resin. Now, I'm not sure, since it went on by itself, if it's even timing. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how it looks. I'm going to do this side and then the other side, and we'll see how it looks. Okay, I have this now completed. As you can see, it's still soft with that UV resin. I'm going to do the whole thing with it. As if you can see, this part is real shiny looking, and I think if I do the whole thing shiny, that it is going to look prettier. So I thought I'd show it to you. Let me do that next. Okay, I went ahead and put the soft UV resin on the whole thing, and I think it looks pretty good. It still leaves this soft. The drills are going to stay on there. I'm going to give this about 24 hours and see how it looks after it's dried some more, if it gets hard or anything. I have also done one end of my book marker with the soft. Now I want to show you something that I do. I don't put it on the top of the, let me pull you in just a tad. Let's see if we can do that. I try not to go over the top of these bigger stones. Okay, you can see this. See how pretty that came out? This is with the UV resin. Okay, up here I haven't done yet. So, let me show you. I'm just going to, this is the soft again, because I'm going to use the hard on the mirror. I'm just going to squirt a little here, a little where these smaller drills are. And around these edges, and then I'm going to use my smaller little silicone brush, and I'm going to move it around and just kind of go around the edges of the big stones like this, and not completely cover them. I just kind of want it to grab the edges and hold it down just like that. So I'll be back and show you how I'm going to do my mirror in just a moment. Okay, I'm working on this notebook with my UV resin. I wanted you to see how you need to kind of go eye level to get a good look to see if you have completely coated it before you go to put it into your nail dryer or put it in your windowsill or however you're going to dry it. I have to look at it from the side to see if it's nice and shiny. I just thought I'd show you that while I was working on it. I'm going to do the mirror next. I've got my, you can see the light over to the side. I have got my bookmark, well, you can see it now, in there. And I'm going to do this next. But let me show you something. Okay, I'm going to turn this back on. I do this for about 4 minutes. This time I am using a UV resin, but this one is hard. Okay, I'm trying to see if it says it on here anywhere, but I don't see that it says that it's a hard resin. Most of the ones you buy are hard. It should say it on the bottle that it's soft. And like I said, I do have that linked in my Amazon store below. But we're going to use this one on the little mirror. I'm just going to squirt some on here. I'm going to do the whole case to have it protected. And I'm going to go around these edges and kind of go around the big stones some. This one that I have right here smells more than the soft one did. I mean, it's not like it's gonna knock your eyeballs out, but it's enough. It's not terribly bad. Let me turn this on again. This one turns off every 60 seconds, and I just turn it back on while I'm working on something else. And then, yeah, that ferrule came off. I was doing that. Okay. Pulling on a little bit too hard, I think. Oh, you know what? This, I got it too close to that light. I was getting it too close to the light. I'm going to turn it, because it was already starting to make that set. We don't want that to happen. Okay, let me pull those off. I feel where it was getting warm. Okay, something learned here. Make sure you don't get your resin too close to the light, the UV resin, while the other pieces are doing it. Turn it. As you can tell, I haven't been using it a whole lot yet. Turn that one more time. Okay, let me get another brush here. There we go. Now I'll have to put a little bit more up here, because I kind of and I'm just going to be putting this, once I have it covered the way I want, I'm going to just put it under the light, and I'll be back. I went ahead and did the whole bookmark, and as you can see, it's still soft. The one thing I like about UV resin, it's done, you can have it done in a few minutes. The others we're going to have to check in about 24 hours. Okay, I did this mirror with the hard resin, as you can see. And you can see how it looks, kind of. We'll look at it again tomorrow. Sometimes it takes a whole 24 hours for it to cure. Then you will, I've had someone say theirs did not cure good, or it was dull. If it dries dull, you may have put your fingers on it too soon, but you can use, you could go over it with triple thick to bring to make it shiny again, or you can put it in your windowsill to let the sun kind of shine on it. Sometimes that will help. I'm working on this other notebook, and I'll show you that one later. So, in about 24 hours, we'll look and see how the triple thick and the Liquitex did. Okay. Okay, now to conclude our little experiment here, this notebook looks really nice. Those are on there very nicely. I did this one with the triple thick. I'm going to have this in my Amazon store below if you're interested in finding it. So that's how that one came out. It's on there. The page is a little, not real pliable, but good enough. You don't need it to be real bendable, but it looks nice. Okay, that's triple thick. The next one, I think this one came out beautifully. I love this. Those are on there very nicely, as you can see. This one is with Liquitex High Gloss Varnish. I did put 2 coats. This is a little more pliable, not a lot. You don't want it, I mean, I could bend it a lot. It's not cracking or anything. And if you want to, this has got 2 coats on it. If you felt like you wanted to add another coat, you could. I did find that this brush, Mod Podge brush, worked so much better. I just poured some on and put it on. It works great. So I do recommend this Mod Podge brush. But this, I think, came out very, very lovely. Okay, so that was Liquitex. The next 3 items I'm going to show you were done with UV resin soft, and I use that because it leaves it soft, still bendable, and these aren't coming off. They're not going to come off. So that is with UV resin. I did this with UV resin. This is the Bookmark soft UV resin, and they are on there very well. So that's how that look. I didn't put anything on the back. And then this is the purse wristlet. It's kept it very soft. I can open it up. It bends easily. I just did the whole front to give it a gloss all the way around. I didn't think it looked right with a little bit glossy and the other not. And the back, I just left like that. So, these 3, again, we're done with the soft UV resin. And the resin ones are good. I have a resin store, and that's where you'll find the resin pieces. I did the mirror, and I keep the box, and this is a hard resin. I use the hard resin on a hard piece. So this is how this turned out. It's ready to put in my purse or wherever. Those are not going to come off. I didn't do the back, I just did the front, and I think it looks very nice. You can comment below what you think and which one you thought came out the best. So, very quickly, triple thick. This is the triple thick. This is the Liquitex. I'm really liking this Liquitex a lot. These 2 do not have a smell, the triple thick and the Liquitex. There are no warnings about vapors or anything else on it. So you can see those side by side. Triple thick on here, Liquitex on this side. Just kind of do a side by side comparison on that. These were the resins. Now on the resins, it says avoid contact with skin and eyes, but it doesn't say anything about the fumes, and the fumes did not bother me. I did have my window open and the fan on, my ceiling fan on, but it did not bother me. I would not use this if you have any respiratory problems or anything, because I could not tell you enough. Epoxy resin, definitely not. I would not use this if you have problems with breathing, unless you wear a respirator, and make sure you have gloves. Again, that was the, okay, I showed you that was the hard, and I did this with the hard, because it's a hard piece. It doesn't need to bend. These pieces right here, I did with the soft UV resin, and it says it on the bottle, and here they are. Here are all these pieces done with the soft UV resin. Now, I'm going to kind of lay them all out, and let's take a look at everything so you can maybe have a little bit better view. Okay, all of these at the top were done with soft UV resin. All of these. And they are pliable. You can move them. But you can see what they look like. This one, triple thick. That's your triple thick. This one is the Liquitex. And this one was the hard UV resin. So let's go up a little bit and take a look at all of them. See if you can get a good view. The top is all UV resin, soft. Bottom, we have triple thick, Liquitex, hard resin. So I hope this might help you a little bit in deciding what you might want to use to seal your notebooks, bookmarks, little wallets, purses, just to give you an idea that these were 3 things that I tried. Again, I used this for the Liquitex and triple thick. This I use silicone. These I use silicone brushes on the UV. Okay, I hope I've answered any questions you might have. If you have any questions, please put them down below in the comments. I love to hear your comments. Let me know what maybe you've tried. These I really think came out nicely. Now you guys have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Remember to tell the ones around you you love them. Love you guys. Bye.